Hello and welcome to the channel. How are you doing? I hope you are doing good. Today we have quite an important thing to discuss today. Of course, every video I make is important for you to watch, except you are interested or not. You decide the ones to watch. Apostle Chibuzor has made the news for some wrong reasons, which I think I have to discuss, and it involves also the person of Prof X. If you are really a regular on Facebook, I think also here on YouTube, I think you might know him. A lot of people have come on Facebook. When they look at my video, they comment and they'll be talking Prof X, and I'm like, I am not him. We don't look alike. Okay, so please don't be having that confusion. All right, so recently Apostle Chibuzor actually helped the family of Deborah Yakubu that lost Deborah, and out of his kindness, or out of his person, which has always been that way, he decided to support the family, put the other children left in scholarship, relocate the family from the state, and then basically provide for the family. And it actually took the news, especially in the Nigerian community. And if you read his page on Facebook, he always says this is what he does with tithes and offering. Okay, so he collects tithes, he collects offering, and this is what he does with it. So at least he has to show that this is what he's doing. I know a lot of people have reservations about this, and when I was watching, because what I'm about to share with you came from Prof X's platform, because this video is also going to be more of like reminding Prof X quite a couple of things, that if he gets to see this video. But listen, it's not as if there is an issue between, if you have been following me over time, I have no personal vendetta against anyone. We focus on the facts of whatever it is we are discussing, and then we try to give an objective opinion, okay? So don't be misled by the title of my video. If you follow Being Real Judge because you hate pastors or because you hate the church, I think you might be getting the agenda wrong, okay? Because what I do here is analysis. All right, I'm going to play for you an audio recording. It's quite long, but I have to play it. If you have heard of it before, skip the video to where my opinion is, or just leave the video entirely, don't listen, and just move on with your life, okay? Because I have to do what I have to do. He received this audio recording after he made a video, or he received this call after he made a video about Apostle Chibuzor's help to Deborah Yakubu's family, and then a lady called him and was giving him some information about this Apostle Chibuzor and what she has experienced from him. Listen to this and I'll be back with a couple of comments.
Power Ministry General Overseer, OPM.
Apostle Chibuzor Chinyere.
Apostle Chibuzor, the one that offered Deborah's parents accommodation in Port Harcourt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You see, that man, he's just doing that thing. That man is a very wicked man. Honestly speaking. That man dealt with my family. My husband was one of his pastors in Lagos. You understand? So he promised my husband accommodation, everything. When he just opened the branch, he gave my husband only about 10 seats and the microphone and the one stand where the pastors used to stand and preach, and just paid for a small shop. My husband will be handling the church. So after like 1 month, all the offering used to go to headquarters to Port Harcourt. Tithes used to go to headquarters because that one was the second branch in Lagos. So tithes used to go to headquarters in Port Harcourt. So that tithe offering, where we used to transport from house to the church, is very far. No accommodation, but he was promising my husband accommodation and accommodation. After 1 month, he came and started saying that my husband does not turn up with too much members, that why can't he bring more members? So my husband was like, will I go to the house and bring members? Church that is not even up to 1 month old, then how can I go and get members? You understand? So he keep on disturbing. Before you know it, one early morning Sunday like this, he changed my husband to another pastor and asked him to go. You understand? No accommodation, no nothing, and he keep on just like that. He chased the one in 𝐲𝐴 State because his first branch in Lagos is 𝐲𝐴 State. He chased that one too, that he should go. Members are not coming. The other one in Aja, he did the same thing to that one, that members are not coming. You understand? That he will bring another pastors that and when he will come, he will not give you notice. Even the one at Aja, he gave him Aja in Lagos there. He gave him accommodation, but when they come to chase that one away, even without considering anything, they just chase him away. You understand? So all these things that he's doing, he's just doing it for fame. He's not a man of God. All of them, they are just the same. They are just the same. All of them. If you can even bring my voice out, let them hear. They are just the same. The same. He's doing it for fame. It's not for charity at all.
So he's a charlatan as well.
Oh, who is not a charlatan among them?
Yeah, they are all charlatans. But
who
sometimes
he's doing that thing for people to recognize him. Some people that doesn't know about his church to know about his church and start coming there again. None of them, they are evil. They are bad. All these things that the people used to write about them, I don't used to write. But this one, because I know him too well, he dealt with my husband and other pastors, not even only my husband.
How close were you to him? How close were you to Apostle Chibuzor Chinyere?
I'm not close at all. I wasn't close to him. I wasn't close. Because since ever my life, I don't see when I was a small girl, I hate church. I don't like church. I hate church. But I love God, but I hate church. Because what I used to see in the church when I was small, even the church in my village, what I was seeing in that church made me to hate church. I don't like church, but I love God, but I hate church. What I used to see there is not what, in fact, it's not good to mention, honestly. So that's why when I married, my husband is a pastor. He said he's a pastor. His brothers are pastors. I entered into a pastor's family. So I was like, let me adapt, let me manage and cope with them. But my brother, what I saw in them is even the worst. So all of them are the same.
Including your husband?
All of them and his brothers. All of them are the same.
Are you still married to this man?
I'm not.
He was worse.
He's the worst with his brothers. These people, they call themselves pastors. They don't pray.
Who are they? Do you mind? Are you afraid to mention their names?
Is he my husband?
Your ex-husband.
Because his name, I don't want him to know that I'm the one talking. You understand? I don't want because of my children. You understand?
Yeah.
Because of my children, because of them. Maybe if he hear my voice, he will know it's me.
So let's focus on Chibuzor, because on Chibuzor name, on Apostle Chibuzor, I've heard so many things already. After that one quote that I made,
they are the same. You see, like my husband, all of them in their father's house, they are pastors. But they are pastors. If you go to that family, you will cry. Most of them, they are just lazy. They are just there. They are fraudsters. Nothing they cannot. They can do everything. Something these people can do. No, even native doctors cannot do it. They are evil. They are wicked. I was trying to adapt. I was trying to be with them. I was trying to say, okay, since it's still of God, let me see if it can work here. But it didn't work. It did not work at all. Honestly speaking, that's why these people, they are evil. They are evil. That Chibuzor, he finished, not only my husband, he finished so many pastors. If you just go, today, tomorrow, he need members. Tithe and offering. He need members. Today, tomorrow, he did not turn up because all your returns, immediately after service, that Sunday, all your returns, you will write it, you send the money. On Monday, you go to the bank and send the money. So when he's taking your returns, nothing, the following, maybe highest 1 month, 2 months, you come and send it away. Just like that. Throw your things out and replace you another pastor. If he hear this, he will know that I'm saying the truth.
Do you know why you need money so much? Do you know why you need all that money too much? So much.
To intimidate his members, now intimidate everybody.
Not just that. I heard that man is very promiscuous. I heard he sleeps with young children. He sleeps with some of the church members, and he gives them babies. And
but his wife was barren. His wife was barren for so many years. They were married. Later, they said that she was pregnant. I didn't know. She went to America at that time and came back with a baby and said she has delivered a baby girl.
Yeah, she has a baby girl, and he has been looking for a baby boy all his life. That's why he's sleeping with different women to get a baby boy. These people, anybody that is believing in them, I don't know. And most of the times I will be like, what is wrong with our Nigerian people? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with, is it when they cut off their head and keep on the floor that they will know that these people are fraudsters? I don't know. And these people are not human beings. I don't know. At first, when you talk, some people will be arguing with you on your line. I will be like, I wish these people will fall a victim. I'm praying for one of them to fall a victim. These people that are supporting them, these are supporters. I'm praying for them to fall a victim into the hands of these very people. I will be very, very glad. Honestly. Honestly, they are mean. They are mean. They are mean. If they are dealing with if they are dealing with, they don't have conscience. I really pass a lot in the hands of pastors, especially in my husband's family. I really pass a lot. They don't pray. They will tell you that they are in good relationship with God, that they don't need to ask much for God to give them, for God to favor them. But you that don't have good relationship with God, you need to pray and fast for so many months before God will answer you. You understand? So they don't pray at all. Your husband was not praying at all.
Pray what? Pray what? They don't pray. They only believe in that they are in good relationship with God. It's you that is not in good relationship. What do they know that they are preaching? What are they? They are just there. They will just sleep. If they want to rest, maybe they are tired of sleeping, they will read Bible. After reading their Bible, they will be preparing to go to service on Sunday, to go and talk nonsense and get money from them. That was all their plans, their game plan, honestly. Because men of God, who is God? The God that we are seeing is our fellow human being. If really you love God, you will not hurt your fellow human being. Anything that will hurt your fellow human being, you will abstain yourself from it. It's not hurting your fellow human being and you are claiming that you love God. Where did you see the God that you love? If you love God, you will not hurt your fellow human being. You understand? They are wicked. They are evil. They are evil. They hate God. The only thing that they are chasing is that money that is involved. That is what they are chasing. Not salvation. Not salvation. It's money that they are chasing. They don't love God. They don't love God. Because if you love God, you will consider your fellow human being. You consider the feeling of your fellow human being first. Honestly speaking, they are very, very wicked. If you see what Chibuzor did, not even only to my own family, she did something to other people. Honestly speaking, he was very, 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 very wicked to his pastors. But he will come and see somebody that stays in the north. Now he's telling them to come to the east. I will give you accommodation. Go to that place now. Most of his pastors, they don't even have accommodation. Go to that place. Most of the people that are pastoring to his church, that has family, some of them, their children are not going to school. Some of them, they don't have accommodation. He's not doing that thing for fame. Not that he wants to help. For him to be recognized. I know him too well. Not that somebody is telling me. If I don't know him, I will not say this. Like I had this man asking me, how do you investigate your faith before you come to her? You understand? I'm very, very sure of what I'm saying. If not just because of one thing, I will appear and they will see me and know that you are saying the truth. They are evil. I can't. For me to say against him, God will punish me. You understand? If I'm just saying lies, what he did not do, I'm saying that he's doing it. If you see how that man frustrated my husband and my children, they will not consider your transportation wherever you are coming from. They will not consider anything. If you like, you can stay in maybe where you from here to Joburg. Nobody cares. No, they don't care. What they care is only that tithe and offering. It's only what they care about. Nothing. If you can kill somebody and get that tithe and offering for them, no problem, and get more members, that is their own. Is that God? Is that church?
So how is it like being you are the one who walked the walk? How is it like, in brief, how is it like being a wife of a charlatan, being a wife of a false prophet? How was it like?
The only thing is that these wives of all these charlatans that we always call them, women especially, except it's very few that have conscience. As long as they are there, money is coming. Money is coming. And they are praising them, mommy, Gio. They will not even tell their husband that what they are doing is not good. You understand? That time when I was with my husband, I used to see some things as in what the way, if you want to talk, they will not allow you to talk. You understand? Anything, just agree on what they said. Even if that thing is hurting you, accept it that way. What they are doing in that church is the best. Whatever they are saying is the best. Even if you don't like that thing, you must accept it for the marriage to work. So most of the times, even the woman, the ones that have conscience among them, they will still remain like that. What will you do? Since you want that marriage to work, what will you do? You will accept it that way now. You will accept it.
So how did you survive all this? How did you survive all this? How did you come out?
I didn't come out. I was insisting I would be there. You understand? Because one thing I believe is that if you marry, you have married, you have married. You understand? I don't believe marry and garbage in, garbage out in marriage. I don't like it.
So you're still married?
So, but he was the one that insisted that he doesn't want. I pleaded, there is nothing I did not do. He said, never. He doesn't want it again.
Oh, so you did not leave the marriage. He's the one that ended the marriage.
Yes. Even his brothers, all of his brothers that are pastors, the way they ended their own. All of them.
So if you had a chance to go back to him, you would go back?
But he doesn't want.
Come on, my sister. You are just explaining to me here how evil they are and how deceptive they are. Why would you want to go back?
Look, let me tell you, I believe in one thing. When you go into something, especially marriage, some people, they don't know what is marriage. Some people, they don't understand what is marriage. Marriage is like a covenant. You understand what I mean? Me, I don't believe in, no matter whatever you see in marriage, leave that marriage. I don't believe in that. When I was in that marriage, but now I can believe in that now. But when I was there, I don't believe in that. I was ready to accept anything, any punishment. I was ready. I was ready. Even the whole of my own village people, their own villagers, they know everything. I was ready. Even at the stage, people were like, this woman, why can't you go to your father? This people say you should go. I said, I will not. I was ready to stay in the village. Allow me to be in your father's house in the village. Take care of my children. If you want to marry another wife, just let me be there. I will accept anything. Don't bring money for anything which I know you don't have. Don't bring. I can do anything to take care of my. Let me be in your father's house. I was ready to be there. I don't advise divorce. When he saw that I was ready to be there, he said one day he came with his brothers and threw my things away and locked the door. That was how I stayed outside for like how many days. They refused to open the village door. That was how I left. I went to my father's house.
And all this you just wanted to stay for your children, or you loved the man?
I loved my husband. I loved my children. I loved the marriage, despite the fact that I was the one feeding my children. I was the one taking care of my children and doing everything for myself. But I love the marriage. I love my husband. I want to be there.
Oh, so you don't blame other wives to these false prophets. You understand that they should just stay there and remain in those marriages, regardless of how toxic those relationships and those marriages are.
That was my thought then. But now, if anyone that have the heart to live, let that person live. You understand? Because when I came out, when he said that I should go, they did every whole thing. Even he took me to court for divorce. I rejected the divorce and everything. He saw that I was ready to be there. That was the reason why they came one day, threw my things out and locked the door. And they were packed out, all of them.
Is this man popular now? Is he a big pastor? Is he
known? No, they are not. Even they used to hide their identity. You understand?
So they even failed in ministry.
You can't go to Facebook page and see them. They used to hide their identity because they've dealt with so many women, not only me. So immediately they came out to be popular like that, people will destroy them. So they are not.
Are they in Nigeria?
Yeah. You understand? So I was ready to be there, but that was my thought then. That was last 7 years back. That was my thoughts then. But my brother, I don't have that thought again. And I have seen the joy that even he left. Because I'm happy now, I can solve my problem for myself. I know marriage is sweet when you see a good husband or a good wife. But when the man is bad to the woman or the woman is bad to you, it's better you stay on your own. But then I was like, I will die in this marriage, no matter whatever. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, this is serious, my sister. I'm glad you are free now.
And they are pastors.
I don't call them pastors. They are native doctors.
They used to stand and preach. The only thing is that my children are still small and I'm not with them here. You understand? That's why I'm just keeping some things. I'm just keeping some things to myself just because for the sake of my children. And I don't want to remarry. You understand? So that is the thing. But these people, they need to Kai. Oh no. Oh no. There is nothing you will not see in their house. There is nothing you will not see in their life. There is nothing you will not see. There is nothing you will not hear.
What do you mean?
These people, they are wicked. These people, they are evil. These people, they can do what you did not expect that they can do. Very wicked people. I'm just reserving my comments for the sake of my children. I'm reserving my comments. These people. Oh no. There is no. You see, this one they say there are some good men of God, some bad men of God. There is no man of God, no good one. I'm better than each and every one of them. No good man of God. There is no one that you say this one is. Who is that good one? Who is that good man of God? I've never seen. I've never seen a good man of God. When I was a baby, some pastors in my village church, they used to. Well, some men in that church used to sleep with pastor's wife. Pastor will go and carry member's wife. They will sleep. What kind of girls that come for this choir masters? They will be sleeping themselves. What kind of that? When I was a small girl, so I was seeing that thing. I was hearing that thing. That was what made me to hate church. I don't like church at all because that kind of a thing cannot happen in the house of God. Cannot happen. This thing that you are saying started happening in the church a long time ago, not now. It's a long time ago. evil, committed sins. And this time around now is the worst. Things are happening every day. And people, they don't care. Every day they keep on going to where somebody that you know that you are more better than. What will that person tell you? What is that person going to preach to you? I don't know what that person is going to preach to you, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. But God will judge them one day. God will judge them. Forget about Chibuzor. He's doing that thing just for fame. He's not doing it. He doesn't have conscience. He doesn't have feelings. He did that same thing that he did to my husband, to so many people, to so many pastors that I witnessed. He frustrated so many people, so many of his pastors. He puts them into condition that he will ask you to leave your place where you are staying in 𝚤𝚢𝚘𝚣𝚣. Come over to Lagos to be my pastor. If you go there after 1 month, he will chase you, no accommodation, no nothing. You'll be stranded. And now he's calling somebody from the north to come. I will give you accommodation. All some of the secret things that they will be. Is it not the one I see that I will say? I will not say the one I did not see. All some of the secret things that they will be doing there, nobody knows. Nobody knows. They are very, very wicked. Very, very. They don't have conscience. They don't have conscience, honestly. Church. Every day they will not rest. They will be going to church. You want to go and serve God. These people will come. They will donate. They will give you money. They will give you tithe and offering. Even me, self, I was even paying tithe and offering in that same church. But at the end of the day, what happened? Me that is even paying, that was paying that tithe and offering self to eat self was a problem then. Forget these people. At the end of the day, they chased my husband, the accommodation, they did not give him nothing. No allowance, no compensation, no nothing. They just chased him, go like that. He wants members today. If you come today, no member, you will see no members are not increasing, because any day you come, you will write number of people that come to church that day. You will submit. The following Sunday, then you will still write. If that member is not increasing, if it's decreasing, they will chase you away. If the tithe and offering is not increasing, they will chase you away. Is that one church? Is it that one for God? Check it yourself. Is it for God? It's not for God. But people, they would not listen. Every day you are still trying to open their ears and their eyes and their brain, but they will still say, Prof, why are you talking nonsense? This thing you are talking is rubbish. They will not understand.
Yeah, this is serious. But
yeah, my dear.
It is well, my sister. I hope people will learn. I hope people will understand and they will be enlightened. And they will leave these shrines. You know, when we tell them, they think we are just persecuting or we are just attacking these charlatans. But listen, from you who have been with them, you know, you can attest that these men have nothing of God.
They are nothing. They are nothing. I wish God will open their people brain and their eyes. Let them see what I saw. Let them understand what I understood. I will be very, very glad. These people, God. At times, it will look as if that God will give me cane for me to go and chase them, flog each and every one of them, chase them out of that church. Honestly speaking, even if in Nigeria they will start burning churches, I will be one of the people that will be very glad. Honestly speaking, because what they are doing there, they're just doing nonsense. They are just doing nonsense. Only money. If you look at their preaching, if you go to church, you will never hear anything. It's just like that Chibuzor, his way of preaching, his way of prayer. You see, anybody that do this thing, die. It's only die until the church will close. Then they will start after testimony. They will give testimony. After testimony, you give your tithe and offering. Church will close. only die. You can never say, don't do this. This thing is a sin. This one is a sin. Tell us what sin is all about. Nobody will tell you. It's anybody that is against you. Die. Just die until how you will progress, how you get money, how you get this and get that. Only. There is nothing like salvation. They don't preach salvation. His own pattern is like a mountain of fire, because that church came out from mountain of fire. It's his own pattern. Die. The other people, they are preaching money. Only money, prosperity, money. Only. Nothing. No salvation. No nothing. Repentance. How can you call that one church? If you go there tomorrow, the same thing. Next Sunday, the same thing. The same story, the same topic. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. People are still going, donating their money, giving. Oh, even if you don't have, you bring your last card and give. They will ginger you. You give and pay. Even you will not see money to pay transport and go to your house. You will go empty, just like that. So you go hunger and everything. And no. If that Chibuzor, see, he has too much money. Chibuzor that just started church yesterday. He's a very rich man now. Or is it not people's money? They will be doing as if that money is their money. That money does not belong to them. Honestly, they are all charlatans. All of them. The way you used to call them is what they are. They can't deny it. And that's why they cannot even come out to defend themselves. They are wicked.
Yeah, I hear you. We just pray for the lost and the trapped souls to awaken to this reality that they've been living in a
people will say,
generation full of lies.
Don't judge. Is it everything that you leave for God to judge? It's not everything. At times you judge them here. Because when is God even coming down to judge them? Because this thing they are doing is very, very... Anybody that is supporting them know that either that person is a pastor, or that person wants to be a pastor, or that person's father is a pastor, or brother is a pastor. Nobody that is like of me now, like ordinary, neutral person, anything about church that will support these evil people. Nobody. Or people that are hungry, people that are looking for food in the house of the Lord, and at the end of the day, they'll just give them peanuts. All these millions that Jeremiah used to bring out for people to give people, like this during Xmas, he brought out 85 million or how much. That money he will not share up to 5 million naira. There you go and return his money when the camera is off. He can keep his money. Is it not that small money? I saw someone, he was giving 5,000, 10,000. Is it how he will share that 85 million finish? If he share like 5 million, the camera will go off. He go and dump his money. He's deceiving the hungry ones.
No truth and all from these people.
Welcome back once again. That was indeed a long audio, and I think you were patient enough to sit down and listen to the conversations they were having right there, okay? So let me get to look at this itself more critically. You see, when I talk about quote-unquote men of God right here on the platform, we try to face the facts. You see, when the Bible says Acts of the Apostles, the Bible didn't say Hearts of the Apostles. That's why you see, you don't see me come here and say this person is a charlatan, this person is a this person is a that, okay? I am very careful and a bit meticulous when it comes to me calling names, or would I say ascribing people to a particular tag. Why? Because I don't know the heart of God, I don't know the heart of man, but of course I can understand the act I am seeing right in front of me on camera, or what I'm seeing right in front of me on social media, and I can make sense out of it. Right now, as you're watching me, you can see me, but you can't see my heart. You can have a sense or discerning spirit to be more of like, okay, this guy is like this guy is like this. That's why you see some people on the comments saying, this boy is antichrist. Some people say, oh, this boy is opening my eyes. So we have different factions, but you can only talk based on the act you see. Like I always tell you, attention is currency. If you don't understand this, I've explained it many times. When Apostle Chibuzor himself does these things he does, to a great extent, it brings attention. It wouldn't stop him from getting the money he's supposed to be getting as he's running a church. But doing these things and people that are following him seeing it will feel like, oh, to a great extent, my money is being used judiciously for things like this. Someone once said, Prophet 𝐻𝐻𝐵 once said when TB Joshua died, that a devil that gives is a good devil, when he was talking about the person of TB Joshua, and he said even TB Joshua, whether he's commit adultery or he thief or this and that, at least he is giving, and there's no one that doesn't have a skeleton in their cupboard. Even him too get shit for yash. Okay, if you didn't follow me right from that time of TB Joshua, you will not understand the things I did at that time. So you might have to search more on the platform to understand. What I'm trying to make you understand here is that as these people themselves, or these pastors, they give publicly and do all this like the 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚏 and the rest of them, we cannot see their hearts, but we can see their acts. But even as much as they have this particular act ascribed to them, when once we see acts of wickedness, things that looks very, very, of course, fake in nature, or would I say deception, manipulation, we point them out. When they do the good that we see, of course we talk about them. The whole idea is for us to really get to understand, or would I say dissect these acts for what they really are. Okay, we have seen Jeremiah Omotofufeyin, giving to people that you say that are already really successful, but these people have attention to themselves, and to a great extent that attention these people have already to themselves would also bring more attention to him as a person. Let me look at the woman that was giving this particular testimony. Number one, the woman has no name. Number two, the woman has not mentioned who her husband is. Number three, the woman has divorced from her husband. And number four, the woman still desires that she could also be with the same man that sent her packing. Have you asked yourself a question? Why was this woman even sent packing in the first place? What she is doing now, even the way she's sounding right now, to a great extent would define, if you are living with this kind of woman, what do you expect? Listen, she was willing to be on her own. Like, she was willing to stay with the husband hook, line, and sinker, even seeing all of these things happen, whether the husband was a fake or was a charlatan or whatever, just using the word for not to speak too much. She was willing to stay with the husband despite how fake she thinks the husband is, or would I say how she hates the church but loves God. Why? Because many of these GOs, or many of these pastors that have, many of these married GOs, their wives themselves knows the husband too well, more than any of you who are followers or any of you who are numbers. But the thing is that because they want to maintain their status of where they are, or because they like the monies keep coming in for the turkey way, someone would say, to a great extent, what happens? They keep a hush-hush and then let the ministry move to whatever permanent side they expect it to move. When I was sitting down and listening to this particular conversation, I could see that the reason why this woman herself came out, number one, could be the bitterness that she is no more in the husband's house. Number two, for her not to even mention her husband's name or whatever, saying that she's protecting the image of her children, that if the husband listens that day. You see, that's one thing. If you notice, there are things that fly around on social media about pastors, this and that, but if they don't make sense, George does not discuss about them. Because I understand that, of course, there could be things like defamation of character and, cyber stalking or cyberbullying. Some of you have to Google these things to understand, because you can be defaming someone if you are blatantly lying. And if she's telling the truth, why are you not mentioning the name so that those things can be verified and we see whether this person really passed out for this church, this and that? Okay, so I'm not trying to say that what she's saying is entirely wrong or whatever, but you also have to understand that if there's an element of truth in what she's saying, which could be true, many of the churches, like I tell you, remember when Pastor Bishop Oyedepo sacked his 40 pastors, all right? The people that were sacked were saying, or the person that came out of those that were sacked was saying it was because of, returns and all that. And I made a video right here showing you why I think church itself is business, according to the statement of Bishop David Oyedepo. All right. So, of course, many pastors reacted that time. Even Apostle Suleiman came out and called those pastors that were sacked cows for coming online to come and talk about what was happening internally and all that, okay? Many other pastors reacted and were like, oh, those pastors themselves, they were fruitless. And how can you be fruitful in ministry? To a great extent, it also comes with your productivity when it comes to your remittances and maybe when it comes to, the soul winning. And then Prof X himself said in the audio that he heard that he's been sleeping with different women or something. Now, I don't know if he was saying that to see if he could get some information from her in that regard. But of course, when you become someone, that's why you see, George, I don't have personal interactions with people a lot. Even if I got to talk to you, I try to cut it off as soon as practicable. Why? Because I don't want to get into that point where it looks as if my information or what defines the things I come to talk about right here on social media is based on personal interactions. No, it has to be based on the things I'm seeing on social media, and I breathe on those things to be able to give objective opinions about them.
Greetings, people. I hope you're all doing great, the best that you possibly can. Listen, I think there's a misconception about the apology that I gave to this charlatan called Emmanuel Makandiwa. People still question me. Why did you apologize to Makandiwa? Why did you have to apologize to Makandiwa? I had to apologize. And I have no regrets about the apology that I gave. It was not specifically to Makandiwa, but it was to Donald Mandu. And the main reason why I had to apologize to Emmanuel Makandiwa, it was just to prevent myself from being delayed from continuing with the Enlightenment series. Sometimes, people, you have to be logic. You have to be smart. You have to be calculative. By me apologizing to Makandiwa on the information that I published, which I did not have a legal basis to defend. Because remember, the only things that I apologized to Makandiwa about were the things that I got from other people that I couldn't defend in court if I were to go to court. If I had gone to court concerning that issue, I was going to lose the case. Because I was not going to have the first-hand information to make a defense or to defend myself. This was information I got from people, specifically evidence Chari. And this was a game that they had probably planned before so that they can trap me with false information that can actually give them the leverage to pursue a lawsuit. I had to apologize to get this out of the way.
So I just wanted to remind Prof X something, because when it comes to this particular line of actions that don't really, get to have facts and all that to them. If you notice, when he was doing this whole Jeremiah Omotofufeyin case, after he released the first video about Reed Matthew at 𝐵REKETE family, what did George do? I knew that something like this happened in 𝐵REKETE family, and I had to go back to 𝐵REKETE family channel and find every point in time that Reed Matthew had a session in that particular 𝐵REKETE family platform. That was how I was able to find about 3 to 4 interactions she had with him, or sessions she had with him, to see a lot of inconsistencies in what she was saying. So I was like, you know what? I don't know this woman. She doesn't know me. I'm not personally involved in this. I'm just an analyst discussing things I see on social media. With all these inconsistent stories, I pull out. And have you seen me talk about it anymore? No, because I'm not personally involved in anything or anyone I talk about here, right here on the platform. The way this could be interesting is if she's saying that, like she said that many of the pastors themselves don't even have accommodation. Some of them, their children are not even in school. I think we should know that charity itself begins from home, okay? It would be that he's doing these things for the attention, or would I say for the fame, if the pastors that are working in his ministry are even, in case some of you are seeing this video right now, those of you working in the ministry, and you feel that what your father in the Lord is doing on the outside is not something reflecting on the inside when it comes to the pastors that are working for him, where all these tithes and offerings are coming from, maybe you could speak out tomorrow. Just that you know the risks of doing that, because once you come out and speak out, that means you might be seen as a rebellion in the church where you belong to, or you understand that kind of thing. So the fact is that based on the acts you are seeing, if it is really so that according to what this woman is saying, because I don't know her, no one knows her except for Prof X that might know her, if what she's saying is actually true in that regard, then it would be more of like really for the fame or for the attention, because of course this whole thing brought a lot of attention to his person, and from his track record he's been doing things like this before. When it comes to this, I respect you a whole lot if you're watching this Prof X, that you know, you get to take the initiative of bringing these things out and all that. But in as much as you bring out these conversations and bring out this, you know, because sometimes most of your videos are personal attacks you get on yourself, okay, and then the people that are attacking maybe said I'm attacking you, or maybe I'm insulting you because of this person, that's okay. But when it comes to when people bring allegations like this about someone, I am here right now, people bring allegations or tell me things about some of the people, you know, I've been talking about right here. But because of my principles and all that, they find me as a safe space to have this conversation. Not because they really want to come out or put their face out there or whatever, but just to tell me that, hey, George, these things you are saying about this person and this person, these things you're analyzing, what you are saying is true because I have been there. I'm like, wow, that's amazing, okay? But for us to really, because many people are watching us, many of those who follow these people are watching us, or would I say, let me not say us, right? Let me just say me. So I would like it for people that when once there is something like, okay, you know, good or positive that goes viral or something, of course, I can make a video and make a comment about it. That's why you will see me make positive videos about someone, somewhat kind of like negative videos about someone. And I'm free to make all of this. Why? Because my mind stays objective.